Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Chainmovers Podcast. As usual, I'll be your host, Chad, and I'm here with my trusted co-host, Reed. How's it going, Reed?
It's good. I'm gonna back away from our microphone. For some reason, I think it hurts.
Did you
Hurts my performance. I gotta stay away.
Did you feel that you were a little muffled or too loud or what?
Yeah, I felt muffled.
Muffled.
Okay. I know you like to sit back, so I'm gonna.
I do. I don't like to be hunched over.
I'm gonna try to sit back today.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Enjoy your coffee out of your Chainmovers mug.
Promo not unintended.
I'd say the coffee even tastes better coming out of that mug.
Perhaps.
What do you think?
It tastes the same.
And our new shirts.
Yeah.
Hey, not bad. Look pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. It's form-fitting yet comfortable.
Yeah.
Imagine if I was in shape, I wouldn't have this big gut, you know?
Yeah, it actually fits.
All right. Well, let's dive into it, Reed. There's lots to do and little time to do it. So let's get at her here. Let's start out with some NFL news. Cowboys released Jalen Smith today, which I think was a bit of a surprise, but he's been pretty underwhelming past couple seasons. Dude maybe makes 3 plays a season. You know, he's not exactly a stud, I guess. Let's put it that way. And the Cowboys are pretty rich at linebacker, so they cut him. Cut his ass right out of the equation. Signs with the Packers.
Same day.
Virtually. Yeah. Cut in the morning. Got fired on his day off and hired on his day off. That's a pretty good week, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's not like he went to a dumpster fire of a team. Packers are pretty good in their own right. So, I don't know. You think he's going to find a starting home in Green Bay?
I don't know. He was under, if I'm not mistaken, the Cowboys signed him to a 5-year, $65 million deal.
Okay. He was on the last year of his deal now.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. So they don't owe him anything.
So he's still owed $9.2 million this year. I read that.
So the Packers took the salary.
But now, I don't know exactly how the salary works, but I think Dallas is going to have to pay some. Green Bay is going to have to pay some.
Oh, okay.
I don't know exactly what the percentage boils down to, but I'm sure his agent knows.
Probably, yeah. He's probably counting the pennies as they come flying in. Green Bay does need some help on the defensive side of the ball. That's their only weak spot, I would say, right now.
But I don't know. People have been talking about this guy for a couple of years. I don't think he's really lived up to the hype.
I would agree with that. I mean, well, if you can't make it on the Cowboys linebackers, where can you make it, I guess?
That defense is getting pretty competitive, though.
It is. So he was the odd man out, obviously the highest paid. If you're the first to go, typically you're the highest paid unless you're performing. And he wasn't performing up to par, as they say. Mm-hmm. So good signing by the Packers, you think, or what? They must just be hoping a change of scenery will perk them up.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously he's still young. He's only 26 years old, which is 5 years, or I don't know. What is the average age of a starting linebacker? Probably the 27, 28 area.
I bet you younger than that. A lot of studs come out of college from the linebacking position, but yeah, he's a young dude yet. Yeah, hopefully he can figure it out. I don't think he'll ever get another 5-year 65, but I mean, even if you signed a 4-year 30 or 35, life's pretty good. So he's getting a second lease on life here to earn his dough, which is all a guy can ask for once you get cut. Speaking of guys getting cut, well, it came out first thing this morning that former DPOY Stephon Gilmore, 2 years removed from his Defensive Player of the Year award, it came out first that he was released by the Pats, and then it came out that he was traded to the Carolina Panthers. After the news had come out that he was cut, he had I don't know how that come out, but he said he wanted to play for the Packers.
The Panthers?
Packers.
Oh, Packers.
He wanted to go to Green Bay.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, Wisconsin is beautiful.
Their team was okay, though.
So is the Panthers, though. They're pretty good.
But he ended up going to the Panthers last time I checked.
Correct. Carolina Panthers, yes, which is a big boost to their secondary. Gives J.C. Horn, the young corner, an opportunity to work with one of the best. And it had to have been a cap play from New England because I don't know why you'd let him go right away. They do have J.C. Jackson, who's been filling in for Gilmore while he's on the PUP list. And he's played well, but he's no Defensive Player of the Year. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. New England is, I think it's official. They're in full rebuild. You start cutting guys like that, you realize you got to do something, right?
I was actually surprised that that all the Patriots got for him was a 6th round draft pick.
A 6th round pick, yeah.
For a guy who just won Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, they weren't going to get anything. So I guess a 6th rounder is better than a kick in the nuts. So I like Gilmore. I think he'll do well in Carolina, and I think that takes Carolina's defense to another level that maybe they weren't at before. So
yeah, just goes to show you that the average lifespan of a NFL player isn't.
I think it's
overly long.
No, of your average player, I think it's a year.
Gilmore's 31 years old.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So which is still relatively young in human talk.
Yeah, in my world it is, yeah.
Yeah, but in football player land,
that's getting up there.
It's getting up there.
Yeah.
So, but still, you would have thought that no one would part with the 4th or 5th round draft pick for Gilmore, unless the Patriots just didn't want to trade him somewhere good.
That could be. They probably didn't want to trade him inside the AFC for sure, right? So change conferences. And apparently he's from there or played his college ball there or something like that because the Panthers said they brought him home. I didn't really read a whole lot into that. But,
yeah, I keep forgetting about that part where...
So I think he was happy to go there. If he didn't go to Green Bay, then Carolina it is. Maybe and again, he's not going to a shitty team either. I think he got a get out of jail free card here because the Pats are questionable at best.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, there's lots that go into those trades behind the scenes, and
there's salary cap
issues, human turmoil issues.
Yeah,
just I don't know. Do you really want me here or not? Issues.
Relationship with the coach, relationship with management. Yeah, there's all kinds of hoops. I imagine you got to jump through to get what you want, and
but I guess the fact is he hasn't played a game in a year and a half, right?
Did he miss all of last season?
I think so.
And
but whatever the deal is, he hasn't played that much the last 2 years.
Right. Yeah.
So understandable.
Yeah, fresh off his DPOY and then doesn't play. So, yeah, I don't know what spurred the move. Why today? There must have been something going on today. But, yeah, Gilmore, no longer a Pat.
It is strange that it didn't take too long for these guys to find new homes, though.
It sure didn't. A couple hours, maybe.
Yeah.
Old Bill and McCarthy must have been burning up the phone lines trying to find homes for these guys. And, well, I mean, the Cowboys got nothing for Jalen Smith. They just released him. So, I guess Bill at least got a 6th rounder. Maybe I'll find another Tom Brady in there somewhere.
Yeah, maybe.
Doubtful, but maybe.
Is this a perfect segue into the Patriots game?
No, I got one more
Okay.
non-related story.
I thought I was going to pull a segue like you did last week, but no.
That was a good segue. Matt Nagy. Sorry, I know you didn't want to talk a lot of Bears, but they come out today, commit to Justin Fields as a starter moving forward. I presume Matt was feeling the heat from management, maybe, because no more than 2 days ago he came out and said, when Andy's healthy, he's our starter. And all of a sudden, Justin Fields is the starter. So I think Matt got pushed in, I'm going to say, the right direction. and committed to Justin. I mean, yeah, they won last week, but it definitely wasn't due to Justin Fields. I think he was like, geez, what was his
I don't
stats
know
last
if he
week?
did throw a touchdown.
6 of 20.
150 some yards.
Well, I don't even think he had 100 yards.
No, I can't remember.
Yeah, no touchdowns, no picks. So, again, that's 2 weeks in a row with no touchdowns. He's still looking for his first passing touchdown.
I think we can safely say that Nick Foles isn't a part of the plan.
No, he's not in the equation, so to speak. They've never even thought about starting him or dressing him or getting him in the game. And if they were going to do it, last week was probably the week they were going to do it. And I'd say, well, Nick's a serviceable backup, though, right? He'll be floating around in the NFL for another 3-4 years from team to team. And you know, you sign a $3 million contract and hang out on the bench, right? So I don't think he'll get another opportunity to be a starter in the NFL. And that's just the way it's going to be. Monday night game.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit during the show. Didn't go well for my Raiders.
No.
If you're a Raider fan, you didn't enjoy the Monday nighter. I didn't. Chargers take it 28-14. Derek Carr 21 of 34, buck 96, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Not gonna get her done at all.
Not this week, but yeah, I don't know. It's good that he's finally having some success though overall this year.
Well,
he's I don't know. He's been on some bad teams lately, but it's good. I don't know. I don't know Derek Carr personally, but I'm happy he's having some success.
Yeah, I don't know him personally either. I mean, he seems like a pretty righteous dude. I don't know. Seems okay. And he was an MVP favorite. I don't know when that was, 3 or 4 years ago in his last game of the year, and he broke his leg. Remember that?
No.
Oh, I do. And it's like, oh, they're going to make a deep run here. Yeah, week 17, he snaps his leg in half. That was the end of that.
That's when Mariota had to go in there, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I don't even remember. I was so
did.
disgusted, I just quit watching.
Yeah,
But yeah, the Raiders were good that year. But aside from that, they haven't had much success since he's been there. So they couldn't really run with the Chargers from the looks of it, though. It was 21-0 at the half. Finished 28-14. Herbert went 25 of 38 for 222 and 3 touchdowns. Eckler, 15 carries, a buck 17 and a tutty, and 3 receptions for 28 yards and a touchdown. So Austin Eckler, nice fantasy performance, and like you said, last week he's finally doing something to help his team. He most certainly is. Justin Herbert coming off some big wins here. Beat the Chiefs, beat the Raiders. They now share first place with the Raiders in that division, followed up by KC and then in Denver. There's three-way log jam for first in the old AFC West. I don't know. What did you think of the game? The Raiders sure didn't look like they did the prior 3 weeks.
No, I don't know. Not totally. It's not like you expect the Raiders to go 15-3 this year.
No, that's true.
So there's going to be a couple losses along the way, and this is a divisional game. Pretty not much of a surprise.
They know they're going to see them again.
But the Chargers are getting it done with their best receiver, Keenan Allen, isn't even a factor of their winning.
No.
Which is why I think the Chargers are actually got something. They're winning with secondary receivers.
Yeah.
They're running. Well, he's a big reason why finally he's doing something.
Yeah.
I don't know if their backup running back has been much of a factor.
Justin Jackson, yeah, he hasn't done much. He hasn't had to, I guess. He doesn't get a lot of carries, so.
Yeah, so I don't know when Keenan Allen starts playing well. I don't know. Their offense is going to be tough to stop.
Herbert looked good again. Fresh off out dueling Pat Mahomes. He this game was in LA, but yeah, he looked good. He looked good again. So
well, who the announcer, I forget who it was, but they were saying, like, when you just look at Mahomes and Herbert, like, when you just look at them play, there isn't a whole bunch of difference.
Yeah.
It's just that
Herbert doesn't do the underhand throws and the no looks and, all that kind of stuff, but he's equally as effective. And
Mahomes was blessed with a boatload of playmakers.
That's also true, yeah.
But, well, even for Herbert, though, there's enough talent there.
But if you're the Chargers, I mean, you've never had, not that you've never had, but I'm sure the question mark's been circling for the past 4 or 5 years. Phillips not going to be there forever, right?
Yeah.
So do we want to spend a bunch of money on building this team, or maybe we'll work on building our line or our defense first, and then when we find that quarterback, then we'll start using some draft picks on some offensive guys and whatever their recipe is there. I don't know who the GM is for the Chargers, but they did a good job in finding Herbert. And
well, Joey Bose is playing well.
Yeah, he is.
They need to go find them. If the Chargers want to be better than the Chiefs, they got to go find a Tyrann Mathieu of their own, or a Chris Jones of their own, or who was that other guy that was there with the Chiefs, the safety, Eric Berry?
Yeah.
They need to go get themselves a quality defensive player, and DeBose is probably the guy.
Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
Could have had a Gilmore.
I can't even name you 3 guys on the defense.
On the Chargers?
Yeah.
No, me neither. Joey Bosa. That's it.
I don't know. Derwin James.
Oh, yeah, he's there. Yeah.
That's all I know. Which isn't good, but that's not saying much. I probably can't name you more than 3 or 4 guys on most teams.
Defense.
There's been so much change over
Yeah, injuries and
Yeah.
guys you never heard of coming in.
There's guys coming in every week you never heard of.
Exactly, yeah. Undrafted free agents that are starting because, I mean, look at Tampa. They've lost how many DBs in the past 4 weeks? And, they called Sherman out of retirement. I'm surprised they didn't make a play for Gilmore, to be honest with you. But such is life.
How is Tampa Bay allowed to just go sign whoever they want?
I don't know. They must be smart with their cap room. I don't know how they do it. It's kind of like the Lakers or the Nets. How do they do it?
I guess.
They must have a boatload of money. That's all I know.
But like whenever you make a trade with somebody, all it has to do is be approved by the league. Like the fact of like stacking a team, that is like it's completely accepted.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like you can't you're not allowed to say, "Oh, you guys have this many good players. You're not allowed to have this guy." That's not even a
no.
It's not even a basis of an argument.
No, if you're willing to recruit and in most of those situations, some guys got to take less money at some point. So if you can convince them to do that for the opportunity of chasing a ring, a lot of guys will do that. Right?
Sherman must have been a free agent though, right?
Yeah, he was.
That's the only reason why.
And he had some legal trouble too. Remember, he was trying to bust into somebody's house, like not rob it, but there's someone in there he wanted to talk to, and he kind of lost his temper, and I don't know the full story on it, but
no, I don't either.
But
the fact is, he was a free agent, and free agents get to go where they want to go.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
yeah, you go wherever you want.
So that makes sense.
I'd be surprised if nobody else placed a phone call to him prior to Tampa calling, right?
They work themselves into a situation where maybe you're able to take less money in order to. Well, no one's going to pay Richard Sherman the salary he used to make anymore.
No.
So
no. Richard did play actually this weekend.
Yeah, and he wasn't. I thought he wasn't allowed.
No, that was never the issue. The issue was he said he wasn't going to be game ready for 2 weeks or whatever. And lo and behold, Richard's out there. Took a few penalties. Pretty quiet night for him in general, but I mean, still a serviceable DB. I'd take him on my team.
Yeah,
if I had the opportunity. So,
well, the reason why I do like him is because he went to the 49ers when they were just terrible.
Yes,
and he worked them to a place where they were a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, that was when the Seahawks were blowing up the Legion of Boom there.
They just sent him off to.
Yeah, they didn't want to re-sign him.
cast them off to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an island name. I can't think of any island.
Alcatraz.
Right now. Yeah, they just
Which
booted
is
him out
in
the door.
San Francisco, so that works out good. But yeah, they just sent him on his way.
So yeah, I respect him for that part. A little bit of a nut sometimes.
Super smart dude, though. I think he played his college ball at Stanford, and has like a degree. He has a degree from Stanford. I don't know what in, but I mean, not just any Yahoo can finish off their degree at Stanford. I wouldn't think it's, pretty prestigious university. So, yeah. Speaking of Legion of Boom and them blowing up the Legion of Boom, let's talk about the Thursday nighter. Rams Seahawks divisional battle, NFC West.
Oh, yeah.
The Rams taking their 3-1 record into Seattle to play the 2-2 Seahawks. Russell Wilson 4-0 in Thursday Night Football at home. That's my weird stat of the day. Never lost on Thursday Night Football. Well, he's playing at his home.
This is going to be his first one.
You're thinking the Rams on this one? What's the spread on this game?
The Rams are favored by 2.5 points.
That one's
Who
too
wants
close
to play the
call.
Rams right now?
Well, after last weekend, I don't think the Seahawks are scared of them. The Cardinals throttled them.
That is true.
Rams were never even in that game. So now everyone's going to go back and watch the Cardinals tape and see how you rattle Stafford, and then that's what they're going to do. So
yeah, Seattle was my Super Bowl pick, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's correct.
But I don't want that to be them. I don't want them anymore.
Hey,
am I allowed to jump off the wagon once I've gotten on?
You can do whatever you like. It just makes you look like a super big hypocrite. So,
okay, I'll stick on it for a couple more weeks.
I took the Seahawks to win this division.
Yeah, I thought they were too.
In my parlay, my season-long parlay, that will pay me like $3,000 if I get it. But the odds of that happening are slim to none. Hence the huge payout. But yeah, Russell Wilson 8-11 versus the Rams, including the playoffs, and that is the only team that he has a losing record against.
This will be a hard game to bet. I would suggest staying away.
If you had to choose one, who are you taking?
Well, I think the Rams are favored. Yeah, I would take the Rams.
Rams on the road.
Well, if I'm going to get off the Seahawk wagon, I may as well get off now.
Yeah, all exits right there. Jump off. Bus is still moving, but you got to decide whether you're staying on or jumping off.
Can I decide next week?
Nope, because the game will be over.
I don't know.
If you had to bet someone, you're betting Rams.
I'm not betting this game.
But what if you had to?
If I had to pick, I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, somebody had a gun to your head and said, hey.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams.
You're taking the Rams to cover.
To win.
Not cover.
I don't know. 2.5 point. I'm taking the Rams to cover.
Wow. You heard it there first.
They just beat the Buccaneers.
Who did?
The Rams.
Yeah, and then they got stomped by the Cardinals.
They beat the Bucs. They just beat Tom Brady handily. But lots of people beat Tom Brady.
And the Bucs just skated by the Pats. So that really isn't a good measuring stick.
That Rams defense is just too good. And Seattle's defense isn't good enough.
No. 32nd ranked defense in the league. Worst defense in the league.
Yeah.
Seattle. But the Rams defense, 27th ranked overall. Offensively, Rams are 10th. Seahawks are 19th. Passing, Rams are 4th. Seahawks are 17th. And rushing, Rams are 23rd. Seahawks are 18th. Speaking with rushing, Chris Carson, questionable for this game. So that's going to put the Hawks in an even more precarious position, I will say.
Yeah.
Because I think Alex Collins is the backup there, if I'm not mistaken. He's an okay back, but he's no Chris Carson. So
these divisional games are going to prove important at the end of the year also.
Well, they're huge.
So yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'll take the Seahawks in that one.
Okay.
I like the Hawks. Russell Wilson 4-0 on Thursday Night Football at home. That's a good enough stat for me.
Okay.
Seahawks take it.
I still like the Seahawks to make the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to win this game.
Yeah. if they don't win that division, it's going to be hard. You got Cards, you got Rams.
I forgot to look into that friggin' if it's possible for all teams, 4 teams in one division to make the playoffs.
I didn't look into it either. I forgot.
Yeah.
Remember, make a note to let's look that up on Friday, because wouldn't that be something? The entire NFC West is in the playoffs. That would never happen before. We don't even know if it can happen, but that'd be cool if it did.
Yeah,
I think. You want to
Where
move?
are we moving?
Locks and upsets. It's our Wednesday tradition, Reed.
Okay.
Locks and upsets. You want my lock of the week?
Let's do our locks first.
Yeah. You want my lock?
I want your lock.
You ready?
Yeah.
Your hair is just going to go... It's going to blow it right back. My lock of the week. Panthers over the Eagles. 3.5 point favorites.
Okay.
They will cover.
The Eagles are favorites, right?
No.
No?
Panthers are favorites.
Okay.
The Eagles aren't favored over anybody.
No.
They're garbage. Yeah. My lock of the week.
McCaffrey's back, I think.
He practiced today, yes. Not full contact, but he should be back. Even without McCaffrey. What was that, your pen
Sorry,
lid?
I dropped my pen lid.
Oh, not a big deal. Even without McCaffrey, the Panthers are going to win. What do you think of that?
I can't argue against you.
Yeah, that's my lock.
Okay.
Where's your lock?
My lock is the Las Vegas Raiders over
The Bears.
the Justin Fields-led Chicago Bears.
Wow. Okay.
And I still have the Raiders in my survival pool, so I'm probably going to pick them.
Raiders. I don't hate that pick at all. I think you're in good shape. And are we talking about the Bears game? No, we're not. So I'm going to throw this in. Bears, David Montgomery, running back, out 4 to 5 weeks.
Is he?
Knee injury. Yep. He's done for at least a month. So that doesn't put them in a good position. They do have Damian Williams on their bench. He was okay in Kansas City, right? That's where he came from.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's a tough blow. I didn't know that.
That's rough. That's real rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 to 5 weeks. He's been ruled out. I don't know if it's a sprain or bone bruise or what it is, but it doesn't matter. He's not playing. That's what I do know. So, what's the spread on that game? You got that
The
one?
Raider one?
Yeah,
Raiders are favored by 5.5.
that's it, eh? Do you like him to cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That line will go up now that Montgomery's out.
Yeah, we'll probably go up to 6.5 tomorrow or tonight, or who knows. But yeah. So Chad's lock: Panthers over Eagles. Reed's lock: Las Vegas Raiders over the Chicago Bears. Bears are going actually to Las Vegas. So yeah, that's a good lock. I like it. Upsets of the week. You want to start or you want me to start?
It's your turn again.
Okay. My upset of the week: the Cincinnati Bengals over the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Packers are favored by 3. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be close.
It'll be close, he says.
It'll be close.
That's a pretty crazy upset, but I think it's going to happen. Joe Burrow's been playing well. Their defense is relatively legit. So I think they're going to give the Packers a good run here.
Yeah, could happen.
Bengals over Packers.
Sure.
Who's your upset?
My upset is Cleveland Browns over the Chargers. I was just talking about how much I like the Chargers, but I don't like them by 2.5 points over Cleveland right now.
Wow. Okay.
I thought Cleveland would actually be favored in this game.
Yeah, I mean 2.5 is a pretty close spread, but the Chargers have been playing well, so I kind of get why they're the favorite. But and okay, I don't hate that either. I like Cleveland. We've talked about Cleveland a fair bit so far this season.
Baker needs to play better, but
yeah, if that offense is going to run with the Chargers, yeah, Cleveland needs to let her back through the air. That's the only way they're going to win. So let's look at a few Sunday games, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
You want to start with the Jets Falcons?
Which ones do we? Yeah, we haven't really touched on. We're gonna rattle off 4 or 5 or 6 previews.
Six we got. Yeah.
What do we got for time here?
We got lots of time. Don't worry about that. We got started late, thanks to you.
Yeah, that is true.
Again, I'm never late. You're always late.
I'm late about half the time.
3/4.
Maybe. But yeah, we got some England action this week.
Yeah, the boys are heading across the pond over to London.
You want to know how jealous I am about the Jets and Falcons going to England?
I'd love to know.
About this much.
Not at all.
If I had to go to England for work right now,
no, not happening.
Not happening. But I guess, I wouldn't have much of a choice, would I?
No, you're going. You're getting on that plane and you're flying to England.
It might not be that bad. England's not bad.
I think there's worse places you could be. That's for sure.
That's true. They probably make a kind of a week out of it, I bet.
Oh yeah. I think they're there practicing all week, and yeah, you're not just gonna fly there the night before or the day before and then fly home after the game, right? You got to get rid of the jet lag, get used to the field, get used to the weather, the humidity, all that shit that goes into it, right?
They might even be there already.
Oh, I would imagine they are. I would almost guarantee it.
Or they'll be flying today or tomorrow.
I would guarantee they're probably there. Yeah. Those poor bastards in London. Like the Jets and the Falcons. Come on. That's a shitty game. Falcons are 3-point favorites.
They probably have a rule where like the worst 2 teams have to go.
It's because it's always like Jacksonville or
because nobody wants to go there.
Well, I mean,
that's probably what the two. Well, I don't know. What was the Jets were last year? The Falcons weren't though.
Yeah, who had the first pick this year?
The Jaguars.
The Jags, yeah.
Yeah, so that must not be here.
And the Jets?
The Falcons were like 6 or 4. No, the Falcons were 4. What for the Falcons?
They took Pitts with the 4th?
Yeah, that's right, I think.
And the Jets were 2? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's going to be a shit game. Both teams are 1-3, but the Jets are fresh off that impressive victory over the Titans. So, yeah. Falcons allowing 32 points per game, a league worst 32 points per game. The Jets only managed to score 11.8 points per game, which is also a league worst. So you have the league's worst offense against the league's worst defense. So should be a real barn burner at Wembley. I won't be watching it. There's no way I'm getting out of bed early on a Sunday to watch that shit.
No.
What do you think of that?
If they were playing Saturday night, it'd be much better.
Oh, for sure. I don't. Well, I guess.
But they got to cater to the London people because the time changes.
It'd be
different.
like 8 in the morning, probably. So
our feelings aren't considered in this game.
No,
unfortunately.
No, nobody gives a shit. No. But, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Sucks to be them. I don't even know how well that strategy's paying off. Is the game really growing in London? It'd be interesting to see some stats from when they started this whole thing. How many games they play there a year? 2 or 3?
They've been doing this for at least 2 or 3 years already.
Yeah, and then throughout the course of the year, though, 4 or 6 teams
is
go
there?
there?
Is there another one after this?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. At least one more.
I'm not sure.
Regardless, it'd be rough, like you said, with the jet lag and whatnot. So, but maybe they can enjoy some tea and crumpets after the game in London.
I wonder how long they stay there. Maybe they wouldn't stay a week. Maybe 3 or 4 or 5 days at the most.
I bet you they left like yesterday.
Maybe.
Why don't we call down there and find out?
Yeah, I want to know this.
Yeah, did the boys leave already? Yeah. That's all I want to know. They probably wouldn't tell you due to security purposes.
No.
But, I mean, if you told them you're from the middle of Canada, they might divulge that. Who knows?
Well, they were talking about having a team in London full time. That would never work.
That's a bit of a rough travel sketty. Imagine on a short week and you play Sunday and then you play Thursday.
I thought driving down to Macklin for a senior baseball game was tough already.
Shit, I don't get home till 11:30. That's rough.
I gotta start remembering how much other people have to travel.
Yeah.
I've traveled enough already.
Yeah, I've put a few miles on in my day, but yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say I've traveled enough. I've traveled my fair share.
Would you?
But how old is these guys? Are still lots of guys are in their 30s have to go play in London.
Oh yeah. It's no big deal for them, right? So
yeah,
no big deal at all. It's going to be a snooze fest.
How long of a plane ride is that?
Oh geez, it's got to be 12 or 13 hours, I would imagine, especially from Western Canada, right? Because you got to fly. Guaranteed, you're going to go to Toronto, connect, and then you're probably connect to Newfoundland too. So
it does make sense to have East Coast teams going to London.
Yes,
it does make sense.
Yes, I suppose. I mean, what's it take?
Right on the
4 or 5 hours to cross the states.
The border, the coast.
Yeah, they're a little inland, but yeah, on the eastern part of the country, yes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Whatever. I feel bad for London having to be subjected to this horseshit game, but it is what it is. Pats Texans. You want to touch on that one?
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
Pats favored by 9 in this one, which I think is a stretch. Honestly, I don't think the Pats will cover 9.
I was looking at that too. That seems like a very big number.
Yeah, their offense is just. We talked about it. I don't know, a couple shows ago. They're just not that explosive. And if the Texans aren't going to score, the Pats will gladly win a 10-0 or 13-0 game. You know, they're not going to go in there and blow them out like Buffalo did. So, I like the Pats to win, but I don't like them to absolutely throttle the shit out of the Texans. And the Texans really have nowhere to go but up at this point, right? Mm-hmm. So, this is the first time Pats have held a losing record through 4 weeks since 2000, the year Bill got there.
I would stay away from this game too if you're a bettor.
Well, I definitely wouldn't be betting the spread on it.
No, I'm not betting this.
Take the money line and run. That's all you can do.
I'm trying to...
Rookie QBs.
Stay away from a bunch of games this week.
Rookie QBs 6-21 versus the Pats since Belichick got there. Yeah.
Who's the next quarterback we're going to see in Houston? That's crazy how many quarterbacks have been through Houston over the years.
It never ends. It's like Cleveland's until they found Baker. And Houston did have their answer.
But it's been like
with Deshaun, right?
Yeah, but like before Deshaun, though, it's been this exact same thing.
Oh, yeah. It's like 3 or 4 guys a year that go through there.
Yeah, I can't even name yet who is the best quarterback Houston has had before Watson. Like, who was their main guy they had? I don't even remember. Because it's never been one guy.
Who's the bald dude?
Schaub?
Yeah, Matt Schaub.
He was there for a bit.
He was okay.
Was he their quarterback when they went to the playoffs that one year?
I believe so.
I think it was.
Yeah, Matt Schaub, I mean, in recent history, has to be the best guy that has been there aside from Deshaun.
Probably. But it's been like this for years where... You'll see 5 or 6 quarterbacks. Well, not 5 or 6, but you'll see 3 or 4 or 5 quarterbacks a year.
I'm starting to think Jerry Jones paid off Bill O'Brien to destroy that team and leave because he fucked that team up bad, real bad. Who trades DeAndre Hopkins away for a second round pick? You kidding me?
Well, they got David Johnson in return, right?
Yeah, dude hadn't played in 2 years. He's been hurt. He ain't doing nothing this year. I don't know. The Texans are a disaster.
But they weren't winning with Hopkins anyway.
Well, they were competitive at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Now they're a joke. So, whatever. It is what it is. I don't like the Pats to cover, but I do like them to win. So, let's slide over Lions-Vikings. Lions-Vikings. 0-4 Lions taking on the 1-3 Vikings. Vikings are the best 1-3 team in the league right now. Vikings 9.5. Is that the spread you got too? Yeah, 9.5 point favorites. The Vikings have won 7 straight against the Lions. So you got to like their chances. They're just a way better team. 9.5's a big spread. I I'm willing to bet they cover.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
I'm not gonna make any. I'm not on a. I'm not in a gambling mood today.
What?
I just like previewing. I don't want to pick any. I don't want to pick the spread. I'll just give you my.
Okay,
I'll
I'll
give
tell
you
you
my
my thoughts on the
insight.
spread. You don't have to give me
Okay.
your thoughts on the spread.
Okay.
Yeah, I like them to cover. Detroit's
I
bad.
can't disagree with you. Nothing would the way that the Lions are. I don't know. What?
They're terrible.
How can anybody possibly have any
Faith.
optimism?
Yeah.
About the Lions?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, they're very close to 0-5, and like I said, the Vikings are a pretty decent 1-3 team.
The Vikings. I like the Vikings. They got the squad to make a playoff push.
They should. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, we're talking about the NFC playoff picture, so it's going to be hard unless they win that division, right? But they're in a division with Green Bay. I can't see the Bears making or obviously the Lions making a run at that NFC North. Yeah. So I think the Vikings could still take that division. So
I think the Vikings will make the playoffs this year.
I hope so. I like the Vikings.
Because how many more chances does Kirk get?
Not very many. Would they sign him 4-year, 90?
That's I can't remember.
And he's got to be in his third or fourth year of that deal.
His contract, I would guess, is coming up sooner than
Yeah,
later.
I would say so. So, old Kirk better take the boys to the promised land, or he might be out on his ass. We'll see. Minnesota's not a team that changes a lot, though. They don't like to change their head coach a lot. They don't like to change their quarterback a lot. It was Favre, and then it was. Remember we were talking about this? Who was the QB after Favre?
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater, and then Sam Bradford, and then
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. I couldn't pull his name, but there it is. So, I mean, both those guys all had adequate chances to play in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But regardless,
they're going to have to win their games against Green Bay this year.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
I don't think they've played them yet.
No, they haven't.
But they have to beat the Packers once at least.
Yes. It'd be even better if they could beat them on the road. But let's slide over Broncos Steelers. Steelers in all kinds of trouble. Broncos take their 3-1 record into Heinz Field, where the Steelers are 1-point favorites at a 1-3 record. So that's a bit of a bizarre spread, but okay. I think the Steelers are going to be in tough here. Now, granted, we talked about the Broncos opening schedule to start the season. Pretty soft so far. They haven't allowed a 60-yard rusher, and Pittsburgh averages 55 rushing yards a game. So they're probably going to have to get her done through the air, and Big Ben hasn't exactly been up to par. So I like the Broncos in this game. As crazy as it is, the Steelers really don't have anything going for them right now.
If there's ever a time for Denver to win in Pittsburgh, it's right now.
This is the game. Yeah. This is
kind of surprised that, well, I don't know. It's tough because Pittsburgh still, they're living off their reputation a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
By getting this kind of loving in the point spread department.
Yeah. I was blown away when I seen they were actually favored. But
with 1 point either way is, I don't know.
Not much of a confidence vote. Yeah.
No, Las Vegas didn't do you any favors with this line.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure. And that's just one I'd just sooner stay away from too, because I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
I like the Broncos, but I don't like them that much. So, Packers Cincy. Let's talk a little bit about this one, because I think this one's going to be a dandy. Conference game, obviously both teams. Cincinnati's in the AFC. Green Bay only a 3-point favorite in this one. Both with 3-1 records. The Bengals' 3 wins have come from teams with a combined 2 wins so far. So, are the Bengals as good as we think they are?
I don't know, Jamar Chase is balling right now.
It's been great.
And Mixon's play. I think Mixon's a little nicked up though. I saw he might not be playing.
Dude's always nicked up.
That is true.
Can't stay healthy.
I don't know. I like Cincy right now. They got a good young squad. And they're at home.
We're about to find out how good they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they can pull this one out, that's my upset. So,
I just like Aaron Rodgers is playing really well right now though.
it's pretty hard to bet against them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just that upset for me was just a gut feeling.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know what? Since he's riding pretty high, nobody I don't think is gonna. I mean, it's only a 3-point spread, which was surprising, I would say. So they're getting a little bit of love, but I don't think anyone's gonna expect them to win. So all the pressure is gonna be on Green Bay. I like Cincy in that one. And last but not least, Reed, Saints take their 2-2 record into Washington to play against the football team with their 2-2 record. Saints are 2-point favorites. Interesting fact, last 2 times Saints started 2-2. They proceeded to go through that season with 11 plus wins and win their division both times. What do you think of that? What does that mean? Anything? Nothing? You seem a little quiet tonight.
Seems like whenever I watch, I like Washington. Washington's a very funny team to me.
Yeah, they can't seem to figure it out. Granted, Heineke's look good. I like them
Like
this year.
I like there's no reason Washington can't win this game.
No, they should win it, honestly.
Like,
the Saints are...
Like I'm trying to I like the Saints early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I'm at a point now where I think that Alvin Kamara is still the best player on the field, which is probably why the Saints are favored. But Washington at home. Washington was a playoff team last year.
Mm-hmm. They gave Tom all he could handle.
Alex Smith carried him the way last year, but no Alex Smith this year.
Not even any Fitz magic this year. She's all on Taylor Heineke. He's doing good. He looks real good. Like,
what is their record? They're 1-3.
2-2.
Washington's 2-2.
They're 2-2. Yep.
Yeah, no, I'd stay away from this game too if you're betting. This is just too
close.
Any I don't know, all the 1.5 point games, I think you just gotta stay away from. I don't. But obviously, it's that close for a reason too.
Exactly.
Which is usually how it goes.
Yeah. Vegas kind of knows what they're talking about, but
I don't know. We'll see what Jameis Winston. Jameis. I don't know. I think Winston is. He knows he's fighting for a job.
Which Jameis will we get this week?
Yeah,
he's pretty much
fighting. That starting job isn't guaranteed by any stretch.
No.
So, But just like any team, your job is never. You're like any quarterback, your job isn't guaranteed.
Yeah, unless you're a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers, you got a pretty long leash, but it's still not guaranteed, right?
No.
You rattle off 8 straight losses, they're going to start looking somewhere else. So, it should be a good game, actually, to be honest with you.
It's tough because you get, even Taylor Heineke is, who knows how many more starts Heineke's going to get. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who the backup to him is.
So these kind of, I don't know, these quarterback battles are, I don't know, it's tough I stay away from the gambling on these games with quarterbacks who are in these kind of situations where you basically are fighting for your job. But it's no different than everybody's fighting for a job.
I think Washington's comfortable with Heineke back there now.
Yeah.
I can't see, even if they lost 3 in a row, I can't see them yanking him. He's played well. He gives them a chance pretty much every weekend. I don't know. I like the kid. I hope he does well, but you're right. It is too close to call. So let's slide over to some baseball, Reed. That's all I want to talk about for football. We'll touch on the rest Friday. Deal?
Yeah.
No more football for today. Let's talk about some baseball because it's been some pretty good baseball up to this point. Let's talk about the Red Sox-Yankees. Mm-hmm. I watched this game opening pitch to last pitch. Yankees were never in it. Garrett Cole got yanked after 3 innings. I guess that's what $324 million gets you. 3 innings in the playoffs. They dinged him up for, what was the score when he left? 2-0? 3-0? 3-0, because there was a single homer by Schwarber, and Devers hit a 2-run shot, right? So, yeah, Schwarber, fat kid from Chicago, comes in, saves the day again. He, that guy's like a playoff legend at this point. Remember when he come in for the Cubs? Didn't really play all year, and then flies in. Where were they playing?
I can't remember. This was the year the Cubs won?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
And showed up.
That was, unfortunately, this will be, the Cubs winning the World Series is the one year where I did not watch baseball.
You didn't even watch the World Series?
I didn't even watch the World Series.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
There was a 2-year period where I didn't watch like any baseball.
Wow. I always watched the World Series at least.
Yeah.
And when the Jays were good, I caught quite a bit of that. But regardless, if you watch this game, you will have noticed that the Yankees were never really in the game.
No.
The walks from not only Garrett Cole, but the rest of the Yankees bullpen really never gave them a chance to win this game. Red Sox took it 6-2 if you didn't get a chance to tune in or hear about it. So the Yankees are done. Red Sox move on to play Tampa. And tonight we have the NL wildcard game. Dodgers versus Cards. Dodgers, 106 games they won this year. And they're in a wildcard game. That's absolutely ridiculous. Cards finished 90-72. Dodgers 58-23 at home this year. Cards 45-36 on the road. That game currently tied at 1, bottom of 7. Not gonna lie, Reed, I threw a few bucks on the Cards prior.
I was looking at the line. It was like 2.8 or something.
Yeah, 2.6, something like that.
Yeah.
So
I looked at it. I just couldn't bet against the Dodgers tonight.
It was hard. But I mean, Cards, man, magic. It's just been magic for them. It might defy all statistical probabilities that the Cards go in there and win, but I gotta go with the hot hand. Sometimes sports doesn't make any sense. So Scherzer got yanked at 4 1/3. He got through and he got yanked in that one. Struggling with control, but it's still a 1-1 game. So yeah, should be a dandy finish.
Should we recap the Yankee game a little bit?
Sure, yeah. Dive into that.
So what, the Red Sox led off with a Xander Bogaerts 2-run home run.
Oh, yeah, it was Bogaerts.
I believe.
Yeah, not Devers. Yeah.
That was a Garrett Cole fastball that he took yard straight away center field.
Spanked her.
Yeah. Those early home runs.
That was in the first inning, I think.
That was the first inning, and then Schwarber hit one in the second, and Garrett Cole made his way to the third inning, then was yanked. 2+ innings. I can't remember how many strikeouts he had, but not exactly expected from a Garrett Cole in a playoff game.
No, I had no idea he was making that kind of dough. $324 million.
So he's got a good contract.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean,
and that Yankee lineup was so good. Like, there's going to be serious repercussions for this.
Yeah,
within the Yankee organization, because there's no way that Red Sox should have won this freaking game.
I mean, you look at that lineup, and I'd say the only guy that's safe is Stanton and Judge, probably. Everybody else is up for grabs. Stanton almost hit a dinger there.
Yeah, that was funny to watch a couple of his antics yesterday. But
yeah,
they're not paying him to run though.
He was pretty cranky in the old dugout there. Play of the game had to have come from when Stanton almost hit that home run, and Judge got gunned down at home plate.
Yeah,
that they had runners on the corners, or just Judge on
that
first?
Was the second out. If they would have held him up, it would have been second and third. Runners on second and third with 1 out.
Yes,
which is probably what they should have done.
Yes, absolutely. If you didn't get to see it, it was really a thing of beauty from the Red Sox outfield. Communication was top notch there. It looked like he was going to go to third with that ball. Ended up going to second, and then just an absolute laser from second to home. Judge was never close. It was never in question whether or not he was safe or not. And you could just feel any little bit of energy that the Yankees had got sucked out of their dugout, and that was it. It was a bad play, and you live and learn, right? Aaron Judge really isn't known for speed, I wouldn't say, but
no. I thought Brett Gardner was going to show up, and he did nothing.
No, he shipped the bad.
I don't think he got on base. They needed him to get on base and steal bases and be a threat, and that did not happen.
No.
I don't think they didn't have many base runners all night.
Everybody's bat was quiet in that game.
Stanton had his hits, and Judge had a couple, and other than that.
And the Red Sox didn't need hits because they just got walked on.
Yeah. Nate Eovaldi's still firing up the radar gun.
Played well.
Hit 99 miles an hour last night.
Did he? Yeah, he looked good.
And he made it, I believe, into the 6th inning.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what you need out of your starter, right? Yeah. That's all you need. But, yeah, like we said, if you didn't get a chance to watch it, Yanks were never really in it. It was actually a boring wild card game.
Rizzo had his home run.
Yeah.
To keep him in it for a bit, but then next half inning, I think they
rattled off. It was 3-1 at that point, I think.
And it was 6-1 shortly after.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Very disappointing, though, if you're the Yankees. It's I would say it's unacceptable.
So how did the Yankees end up going to Boston? Didn't the Yankees finish with a better record?
No, they were tied. I was looking at that too.
Okay.
I flipped the TV on. I was like, I'm expecting a game in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I was too.
And it was in Fenway. I was like, what the hell's going on? So I looked, and they must have been.
So
Boston obviously was Boston beat them head to head during the year.
Okay. I thought the Yankees finished half a game up.
So did I.
Apparently not. Let's sneak ahead a little bit to the White Sox Astros. Yeah, a couple interesting things going into this one. Run differential for the White Sox is 160. Astros is 205. And the White Sox record against opponents with an over 500 record, 27-29. Astros 45-32.
This will be a good series. I can't even pick I'm trying to pick winners, but I can't give you a good reason why a certain team should beat a certain team.
I don't know much about the White Sox. Astros, I mean, they're
I can give you my pick, but I don't have any solid stats to give you. So
yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
All I can say is that the Houston hitting lineup, the Houston batting order is better than the White Sox batting order.
Right. Okay.
But it depends whose pitchers show up.
Right, and we don't know who's pitching yet. So maybe we'll leave that for Friday and dive into those divisional series a little more.
We'll get into more
More what?
I'm trying to find a different word other than detail. I was going to say detail, but what's another better word than detail?
Oh, man.
Explanatory. That's what I was getting after.
A thorough analysis?
Yeah. I'll stick with detail.
We got to get a thesaurus out here so we can expand our vocabularies.
Exactly.
Eh? Maybe
we'll get into a more detailed, thorough analysis on Friday.
On Friday, yes, that's right.
We'll do that.
Let's make ourselves sound smart.
But still, I can't believe the Yankees lost.
Yeah, I was surprised too, and they never really even showed up, which was the bigger surprise to me.
So we now have the Yankees and Tampa Bay Rays.
No, the Sox and the Rays.
Oh yeah, freaking. We'll edit this part out.
No, we're leaving it in.
Boston versus Tampa Bay, Houston versus Chicago in the AL, and then in the NL we got Atlanta Braves versus Milwaukee, and the Giants will play the winner of this game tonight.
Yes, you thought this about as close as a series is going to get based on those last two stats that I referenced for the White Sox Astros. Point differential, Braves was 134, Brewers was 115. And the Braves record against clubs with a plus 500 record, 31-37. Brewers was 32-36.
Not much difference.
Not a lot of difference between those two teams. So pretty much flip a coin based on those stats. Your initial thoughts on this series? I don't know a lot about either team other than they won their division. I mean, the Brewers have been, they've been kind of sneaking up the past few years, right? Braves are solid typically, so they're pretty balanced. They have a pretty balanced lineup. What do you think?
This will be another close series. What is it? Best of 5, first round, right?
Yeah.
And then we switch over to best of 7, best of 7 after.
First glance,
Christian Yelich, the main man on Milwaukee.
Yeah, healthy this
year. Had a hell of a year last year. I think he's tapered off a bit, but still, it's Christian Yelich there.
Did he play last year? Because didn't he tear an ACL?
He might have been hurt. He was the NL most valuable player
in 19, I believe.
Yeah, one of these years. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but he's back, and I believe he's healthy. So,
dude's a stud.
He's the best player in Milwaukee, and then the best player on Atlanta, I'll say, is Freddie Freeman right now.
Yeah,
because Acuna's hurt. I don't think he's playing.
Okay.
So with Acuna out, I don't know what makes Atlanta so special. So I would think Milwaukee's favored in this series.
Interesting.
But still, Atlanta, they got a bunch of young guys. Dansby Swanson, Ozzie Albies, some young legs on that team.
Well, even Acuna's pretty young dude, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna have to do my homework a little more on that one. I think that one's gonna go the full 5, though.
Yep.
If you want my honest opinion, just kind of first glance, looking through the stats today, it's going to be a good series, and as it should be. So,
we'll give you and we can't really talk about this Giants game yet because we don't know who they're going to play.
We don't know that, and it's still 1-1, top 8.
Yeah.
Cards, I need them to pull through. Let's move over to the NBA. Close up with some Wheatland. Call it a show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. NBA, the Kyrie Irving saga. I don't think anyone really knows Kyrie. The saga is that nobody knows if he's vaccinated or not, and I'm on the Kyrie train. It's nobody's damn business whether he's vaccinated or not. But the NBA is making it their business. With him being in Brooklyn, the state of New York obviously has a vaccine policy or whatever you want to call it, and I don't think Kyrie's playing how they want him to play. So he would, at a minimum, miss home games if he's proven to be unvaxxed. Kyrie's made it very clear that if the Nets try and trade him, he will retire. So he wants to play for Brooklyn. What do you think?
I don't know. I got to do some more research before I get into this topic, but yeah, I don't know I'm not too sure what the deal with Kyrie is, so I can't give you.
He's kind of a weird dude.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what these COVID rules are. I still don't understand them.
They make no sense.
So I can't I don't know. We can't get any. Isn't this almost pointless?
What?
Or the fact, I'm just trying to not. I don't know. This is I don't know. But the bottom line fact though is that if he doesn't play, he's gonna get fined $300,000 a game.
Similar to the Ben Simmons
and that's
ordeal.
Yeah, and the Ben Simmons ordeal is not COVID related at all.
No. That has nothing to do with that.
And this situation is completely because of COVID.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Andrew Wiggins caved and got vaxxed. That's a tough part when you're playing in those democratic states, I'll say, such as California and New York. They're big on the vax train, and everybody's scared shitless of COVID. So this is your option. You either get the jab or you don't play. That's your choice, right? So Wiggins caved, got vaxxed. Jonathan Isaac, pretty strong opponent, I'll say, of the vax in Orlando. No, he's not buying into that shit, and it's nobody's business and whatever else. But yeah, Kyrie, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. He's owed a lot of money if he decides to play. So we shall see. Quickly, I just want to touch on the Utah Jazz. I didn't know this. The Jazz has added Rudy Gay and Hassan Whiteside this year to their roster.
Yeah.
They deep enough to win.
The Jazz?
Yeah, win the West.
The Jazz have had the team for the last 2 years to make a run, and they haven't.
What's the problem?
I don't know.
Depth?
They keep playing. They keep having to play good teams.
Well, they're a pretty good team in their own right.
There's lots of good teams in the NBA, so
I like Hassan Whiteside.
There usually is some good teams in the NBA.
I mean,
but yeah, I don't know what the Jazz need to do.
He's not going to get a lot of playing time with Rudy Gobert.
They need to lessen the load off of Donovan Mitchell. They can't expect Donovan Mitchell to keep playing. Like, they can't rely on Mitchell to put up 40 points a game. They're not going to win.
Yeah, nobody can keep that pace.
No, so they got to...
And honestly, I've never seen Donovan Mitchell as that elite scorer. He's a good player, but he's not a guy that's, like you said, going to drop 40. He might have 2 or 3 40-point games in a season, right? Rest of the time, he's, 23, 24, 7 or 8 assists, a rip or 2, and 6 rebounds, right? He's a good point guard, but he's not, he's not a Steph Curry. He's not a Kevin Durant. He just doesn't score at that pace, right? So, I don't know. Rudy Gay's always a complimentary piece. He's getting old, but he can still score. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
the Jazz, what's Mike Conley's deal? Did they re-sign him?
No. Did they?
I can't remember. Somebody signed him. I can't remember where he went.
Jeez, I don't know either. I don't know where Mike Conley is these days.
Who you say Whiteside and who?
Rudy Gay.
They signed Rudy Gay.
Yeah. So unless Conley went to the Spurs or the Kings.
No, he's still with the Utah. Utah re-signed.
Okay. Status out.
3-year deal.
Probably hurt. Would be
not
my
at
guess.
The same price tag as he was before.
He had a massive contract coming out of Memphis. That was ridiculous. That dude never played up to that contract ever. He's hurt all the time. From what I understand, he's a great dude, really nice guy, but his agent made him a mint. Mike Conley was good, but I wouldn't say he's ever been better than Donovan Mitchell is right now.
No,
honestly,
Mitchell's their best guy.
But yeah, like even in Conley's career, he's never been as good as Mitchell is right now.
No, he was with Memphis for a long time.
Yeah,
right?
They drafted him, I'm pretty sure.
So was playing in a relatively obscure city where
quiet
not
market,
a lot of
and they were
attention
garbage.
is on you.
But he had like a 5-year...
He was making 30-some mil a year.
Yeah, 30, 40 million or something. It was ridiculous. But yeah, those days are long behind Mike Conley. And he's a serviceable backup point guard. So it'll be interesting to see what Utah can do this year. Let's slide over to the Wheatland League, Reed.
Yeah.
And call it a day. We are well over an hour. So we got to wrap it up.
Okay.
Wheatland. Raiders travel to Wainwright on Thursday because of the Thanksgiving long weekend. So Thursday night lights, and we kick off at 4, so it won't even be under the lights. It'll be a little bit of an afternoon game. Colt Lake comes to Lloyd, play the Barons at 5, and Bonnieville goes to St. Paul to play at 5 o'clock. So I could probably guess who's going to win all 3 of those games.
I haven't done my research on that either.
Raiders are going to win. I'm going to say the Comp's going to win, and I'm going to say St. Paul's going to win.
Okay.
There you have it. So, anything else you want to get to, Reed? I'm all out of notes. That's it. It's over.
We'll get into the NHL. The NHL on these new COVID rules.
12th.
I think are going to...
Puck drops on the 12th. So, we got a little bit of time before we got to worry about the NHL.
What are they going to... I don't know. We'll have some arena issues and how many people are allowed to go
in Canada. I would imagine we will.
Because in here where we live, I don't know. It's not going to be like the NFL where we turn the TV on and we have 50,000 people maskless.
No,
it's going to be the opposite
yeah.
for hockey. So we'll see how that ends up going.
Yeah, it's absurd.
And what they're going to do with that.
It's ridiculous here.
I think I think these discussions are well underway.
I would imagine, but if everybody's vaxxed, apparently there's no issue.
Is that what it is?
Well, hey, that's you need a vaccine passport to go here and go there, and so apparently the vaccine's the end all be all.
It's going to be a little bit more complicated than the NFL.
We'll see. But that being said, Reed, thanks for being here. Yeah. Appreciate you. Nice shirt you got.
Thanks for making it.
I got one too. Got a mug here. Whatever you want, we can make. We can do it. That being said, everyone, thank you for tuning in tonight. We're going to depart on that note. As always, catch us on Facebook Live. You can catch us on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can catch us there. So, all right, Reed. Have a beautiful evening.
Yeah, we'll see you on Friday.
Yep, we'll be back Friday. Adios, amigo.
See you later.